Share what you thinking, what you thinking. What's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what you thinking. Hey, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what you thinking. Tell me, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what you thinking. Hey, what's on your mind? Say what you thinking, what you thinking. What's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what you thinking. Hey, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what you thinking. What's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what you thinking. What's on your mind? Hey, tell me, oh, tell me. Tell me, oh, tell me. Tell me, oh, tell me. Tell me, oh, tell me.
What's your topic, sir? You ready to go, Jen?
Yes.
You was cutting up on that one, girl.
Share what you thinking, what you thinking. What's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what you thinking. Hey, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what you thinking. Tell me, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what you thinking. Hey, what's on your mind? Say what you thinking, what you thinking. What's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what you thinking. Hey, what's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what you thinking. What's on your mind? Share what you thinking, what you thinking. What's on your mind? Hey,
You know you love me. Good evening, gatekeepers, and welcome back to Beyond the Gates Unlocked. And thank you so much for joining me here right on the So What You Think channel for your daily recap of Beyond the Gates. Listen, we can take a moment to say that Friday was good. It was good, good, good. The sponsors showed up. The energy was right. Speaking of the sponsors, we want to again thank our sponsors, Lulu, Myrtle Tinster, Terry Anthony, Elaine T., Cynthia Willoughby, Angela Jackson, Grad Girl, and Erica J., who showed up as our sponsors on Friday. So, yeah, the sponsors showed up. The energy was right. The panel was paneling. The gatekeepers were in full effect. So, shout out again to our amazing sponsors. We appreciate you. So, when you support the channel, you help us keep doing what we love to do over here, which is get together and gossip. You know how we likes to do, and speculate and argue. We love to argue. And speaking of appreciation, let's give a special thank you to our moderators. Y'all already know that our moderators and our Tony Lynn and the entire Gatekeeper gang, listen, I appreciate all of you guys for everything that you do, but the moderators really keep things flowing very smoothly down in the chat. We couldn't do this without them, so we thank them very much. And for everyone watching live right now, welcome in to my replay gang, crew listening later in the car, at work, or catching up after the fact. I see you too. You're just as important to this community. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button as you come in. It's a small click that makes a big difference. And if you've been hanging around for a while and haven't officially become a gatekeeper, consider becoming a member so you can find out about the things that go on behind the scenes. And it's also a one quick way to support the channel for a full month for just $4.99. Or you can do the membership for $9.99 if you want to. You know, I don't want to rush. I don't want to tell you what to do with your dime, okay? Anyway, that's why this space over here matters, because the gatekeepers are community. It's Monday, y'all. Fresh start, new week. Let's lock in, shake off whatever the weekend didn't finish. Did your team lose? Did your team lose? Oh, woo, 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 woo. Or did you win big? I don't know. So whatever the weekend didn't finish, let's get ready to break down everything that went on behind the scenes and behind those gates. Okay, and don't forget to hit the like button, because
Hey, you, hit the like button.
you know that our office of the like button will pull this thing to a halt and remind you to do so. All right, with that, let's get on down here and see who's down here typing in the comments.
Who's that typing in the comments?
Well, Miss Belinda Hill is down in the comments, and she says, good evening, Miss Jen, Tony Lynn, Elaine T, Gatekeepers, Mod Squad. Happy BTG Monday. Of course, I hit the like button on the way in. And she also wants to remind you to hit that like button. Elaine is in the house. Hey, Miss Elaine. She says, hey, Gatekeepers. Hey, Miss Elaine. Hey, Miss Jen, Tony Lynn, cousin Linda KB, Below Officer Belinda, and Mr. Raven Maniac. Veronica Warren is checked in and says, hello, Jen Gatekeepers. Just got caught up on today's from last week's episode. I'm tired of Danny Leslie. Want her to sit down somewhere. Now, what we going to do if she sit down? Who we going to complain about? Okay, Jasmine Williams is in the house. Say, hey, peeps. Hey, Miss Jasmine. Veronica Warren says, hey, sis. Hey. Myrtle Tinster says, hey, Miss Jen, Gatekeepers and Mods. Hey, Miss Myrtle Tinster. And Var's in the house. I know he rarely gets to make it over here during the week. So, hey, Var. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Var. Rhonda Reed is in the house and says, good evening, everyone. Hey, Miss Rhonda. Bilo Didi says, hey, Gatekeepers, Miss Jen and Mods. Hello to you, too. And Cynthia Willoughby says hello to everyone and hello to you as well. Give me 1 second to clear my throat. Okay. All right, then with that, that's who I see that's checked in so far. Give me a second to clear some things off my deck because I don't need that now. When is somebody going to read Leslie for filth gratuitously? Girl, I don't know. They got to bring somebody on here to do it because I don't know nobody on here could give it to Leslie. Not like that. I mean, I had hope for Shanice. But Shanice, girl, you done let all us down. We thought you was going to come in here and get her the 1, the 2, and the 3. Do y'all need me? Do you need me? Because I could give it to Leslie, baby. I can give it to her. Raven Maniac says, hello, fellow gatekeepers, Miss Jen and Mod Squad. I'm over here patiently and poignantly pondering the events of the day week. I would try to be discreet from my seat as I sip on my sweet BTGT. Let me check on something for y'all. Okay. We close to having some good news for y'all, I hope so, but I'll let y'all know. I won't jump the gun or nothing. Elaine says Jasmine Williams, she really does go too far. I love how Derek was recklessly talking about her, though Jacob is also. Whatever on them. They need somebody on here getting scared to give it to Leslie or Dana, Sherry, Anna, or Lulu. Okay. Like I said, call me. Call me, Fido. I don't mind to get all up on her because you know Ted ain't about to tell her too much. Ted is nice. He ain't about to do all that. They need me to come on there and clown. They do. All right, you guys, let's get into what happened today. Somebody unlock the gate, get the key, let us in here because we just doggone eager. Gatekeepers, it's time for our daily dose of Beyond the Gates Unlocked. KB Mommy is checked in right on the nick of time. Says greetings and so what you think, Mod Squad sisters Linda, Bilo Didi, Destiny, Tony Lynn, my sister officer Belinda Hill, and my boo Elaine T, and my good friend Bailiff Maniac. Hey KB and that cute little baby in that picture. All right, y'all, let's unlock we done unlocked the gate. So let me scroll down and get my pictures. And then I'm gonna make y'all mad at the end. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so Andre and Danny was at home in their silk pajamas and everything, chilling, chatting about her decision to model for Tatum or not. And, you know, she's still undecided. He's happy for her and supportive, but you know, whatever. You know, right now, we gatekeepers, we looking for controversy. And we don't see none in this storyline right now. But Andre did want y'all to know that he do got a couple twists and turns on his arm, too. He got it all out for y'all to see it, okay? He tired of y'all talking about Carlton's arms and Randy's arms, okay? And don't forget that now Ted got a twist and turn in his too. I'm just trying to tell you. All right, now, Bill and Carolina at the country club for a working lunch. And he sees Chelsea and Madison. So he goes over and they announce, we're engaged. And Bill was looking like, come what now? Now, at the hospital, Shanice and Ashley was talking about whether or not like what's she doing at work because she was supposed to be off today and she's like I just needed to stay busy. You know one thing about Ashley, she gonna get caught up in the rapture of love or whatever she caught up in to the tune that she can't do nothing else. Okay, so she can't stay home. She had to come in for somebody else because I'm just so bothered by what happened with Grayson. Girl, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about people of color. We ain't about to come in to work just to talk, girl. I will call you. I might stop by, but I ain't coming in to work just to talk about nobody. I'm not. An off day is an off day. But anyway, she's like, I don't know what happened with Grayson. I just don't know what happened. And then Shanice said that she was like, do you think something's up with him? And she's like, now why are you asking that? Because I know you've been talking that dog on Derek. She did. But that may not be why she asking. Now, Derek was at Orphan speaking of, with Jan. They done met up because he thinks it's because he's been sort of, bugging Ashley. But it ain't about that. And he's confused as to what it's about then, because he know he been doing too much. Now, Haley and Lynette, I'm sorry, Valerie and Lynette are at Uptown with Haley acting like she wanna play nice right then. She's like, girl, I'm surprised you want to meet up in a public spot because you know last time we was together. And one thing we got to say about Lynette, baby, she got cheekbones to the gods. Her cheekbones are cheekboning. Her and Leslie got the cheekbones that will not stop. Okay? Okay. Like I said, she does look like she could be Tracy's daughter. And y'all know I got my eye on that Tracy, okay? But anyhow, she's shocked. I'm surprised you want to meet me and everything. She also tells Lynette that she got Bill to take her case pro bono, so you ain't got to pay. She's like, girl, you always was good at making things disappear. I was like, Haley Valerie, I hope that you do know that this girl don't like you. And she about to get you, her and all them cheekbones about to get at you, sis. Okay. Now her and Leslie teamed up would be something to see. But you think that Lynette and Danny about to team up. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want on the good side. She could give it to Leslie. She ain't scared. Okay, but anyway, that put a smirk on Haley's face where she was like, "You always was good at making things disappear, sis." I was like, ooh, girl, did you feel the shade? That was shade. Haley Valerie. Now, Bill, hold on, where's my picture? Bill is, he a bit surprised about this whole, engagement situation. But Caroline is going on and on over this ring like she ain't never seen a ring before. Girl, it's nice. I guess, but they rich. So, I mean, what was she going to give her? A Cracker Jack box ring? I don't think so. So, you can clearly see that he don't like being left out of the loop. Okay? And she was like, well, I kind of fly by the seat of my pants and I kind of got it from my parents. You both are like that too. And I'm like, well, she might not be lying about that. She might not. Now, Jan tells Derek about a job with Leslie's clinic. And he's like, what? She was like, no. It's an opportunity. This position would be good and it would be good for you. And you bring a lot to the table. So he's like, well, you know what? I do know a lot of people in the medical field and in emergency and this and that. I probably could get people in there volunteering and otherwise. And she's like, right. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So then he's all excited to hear about it, but because she hadn't told him yet that it was with Leslie. So Leslie comes in and he was like, I know you lying. I know you ain't talking about me working with her. And she's like, wait a minute, hold on. And then Leslie was like, and I know you ain't getting smart with me while I'm trying to give you a job. I was like, now that's true, girl. True that. But he don't really want your job, so he don't really care. Yeah, I would say Elaine Jan is not one of the sharpest, is not one of the bright colors in the Crayola box. She's more like sienna. She's a sienna. She's not like, citrusy yellow or anything. She ain't no bright color. No. Now, Shanice feels like Derek has an honest concern about Grayson. So Ashley asks what she really thinks about it. And she's like, well, listen, I got to tell you something. The other day, Grayson was over. He was over my house yesterday, right? And then all of a sudden, he had to jump up. We was just about to bake a cake, okay? We was just about to bake the cake, okay? Then he jumps up and says that he had to go. He got a notice on his phone, and he said he couldn't talk about it. He just got up and left. And then Shanice was like, "Ooh, girl, let me tell you something. That's another woman. I know that's another woman. Now you know what? Why are you putting that in that girl's head? You don't know that. It could be a big other kind of deal, a paraphernalia deal going down. There's other things. It is." Or Derek is right about him. Either way. I think Derek is right about him, though. I ain't buying that whole story that he gave her. I'm not. Danny has a frantic knock at her door, and it's Pamela. Tatum is headed over. She's in town and she wants to talk right now. She'll be here in 20 minutes. And she was like, oh my God, I got to run upstairs. I got to get ready. And so then her and Andre are downstairs and they talking. And they was like, we got to make Danny see that this deal is good for her. So the Wonder Twins united. I was like, well, y'all go ahead on and unite then. So Derek says that he don't want to work for Leslie. I'm sorry. They are both at odds with each other, and Jan helps them to see that they need each other for this clinic. Derek voices his concerns that Leslie might spike the IV. You know he ain't never lied, but we didn't know you knew that she was Nurse Lulu. So you know about that, huh? Okay, but anyway, he said you might mess around and spike an IV or something up in here. We don't want that. We can't have that. Somebody tick you off, and the next thing you know, somebody up out of here. Leslie was like, see, this is exactly why he can't work for me. I don't put up with this kind of foolishness. So she was like, but listen, Derek has medical connections. So for Jan, Leslie will give him a chance to do this on a trial basis. She's asking her. She's like, well, let's do it on a trial basis, even though neither one of them want to do it. But Jan said that Derek is going to do it because Derek, after all, come close, young man. You need a job. You need a job, Tommy. You need a job, Tommy. Okay? You need a job. You need a paycheck. You need something to do. And you do. Now, Caroline got all emotional about the wedding news and the size of the ring. Hey, Linda, and the size of the ring and everything. So she had to go, go to the bathroom. Have any of y'all ever got that moved by somebody, hearing somebody get married? Because I don't know if I have. I don't know. I know one person I would have been really happy for if that would have happened. Probably would have made me cry. Well, a couple people probably would have made me cry. But I don't know now. You think you're doing too much, Carolyn. I don't think he was this invested in these children. Just Bill. We all know you just loyal to Bill, girl, so cut it out. So she leaves, and then Madison had to leave the table, so that left Chelsea and her daddy, so they had a chance to talk for a minute. So he told her that he thinks she's moving too fast. I don't think you need to rush. I want you to be happy, but I think you need to slow down. And I think that Madison is going to just be a phase. I was like, ooh, Bill, not Bill. Now, you done put too much on it. You know you done said too much. Hold on one second. What is this I see? Elaine T. Carolyn probably already has had Bill Belly Bill. Oh, you with the 3 B's today. Big Belly Bill, like Bill Belly Bill. Oh, okay, that's how you feel. Anybody else in here? Anybody else in here? I need to clean up right now. Okay. All right. I see how y'all want to come in the door with the foolishness. It's all good with me. I don't never mind. Because I don't never mind. I don't never mind to remind you to keep your lips off Bill.
Say something else about Bill. Say something else. Did I tell you not to say nothing else about Bill? I'm going to knock the stuffing out of you. Knock the stuffing out. I done told you don't say nothing about Bill over here. Don't say nothing to me about Bill. Say something else. Say something else.
Let the record show that Bill ain't got no Bill belly. I'm going to keep on telling y'all that. Y'all not going to be out here talking about my Bill. You're not going to talk about my Bill. You're not. But I digress. Now, Haley and Lynette sit down to talk about some of their past conquests and the people that they have put it over. Real talk, girl. Is you still trying to ride for Haley? Because, girl, Haley ain't worth a doggone. She ain't never been worth a doggone. She was a schemer. And that's the reason why her character changed. It's not because the writers changed her, girl. This is who Haley came in the door as. She was a schemer, a plotter, a low down. She was not a stand-up person, nor a stand-up comedian. She wasn't a stand-up anything. She was not. But anyway, they in there bragging about all their conquests and this and that. Oh, this and that. Okay. And then she was like, whatever happened to that guy? She said, girl, let me tell you something. I was dating this guy that was super rich. Like she described the guy as like really being disgusting. She was like, he was disgusting, but his yacht was beautiful. Okay. She was like, so we was dating everything, right? Then, my homeboy got sick. So I went back home to see about him because he ended up getting unalive, I think, while he was locked away or something. So she went back home to go to the funeral. And by the time she came back, lobster tail, as she called it, lobster tail funky breath, she said that he had done moved on to somebody else with bigger assets by the time she had made it back. So she ended up messing up her good time, Charlie. Oh, well. So Haley said, you know, what I'm sick and tired of is Bill and this doggone Danny. He just be acting like Danny can't do no wrong. And I'm like, She said, Bill can't resist her. She come crying on his shoulder and then boom, he just falling for it. So she said, well, she's a damsel in distress. And she's not going to uh, run to Bill complaining anymore, Haley said. And Lynette said, Bill is going to deny what's up, girl, so ain't no need to even go. What you, oh, y'all down here clowning. Okay. Brown liquor belly. Okay. Bill, it's a cognac belly, not really. Now, I know somebody got a cognac belly for sure, but Bill ain't got that. I'll be back to deal with y'all later. I ain't gonna forget. Who I got to get together? That's gonna be one for Elaine, one for Jasmine. I'll be back. Don't worry. But anyway, she said, she said, I'm not gonna run the Bill complaining no more. She was like, yeah, girl, you shouldn't do that no more because Bill ain't gonna respond to that. So I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna need to do. Uh, she said, no, wait, Haley said, I know Bill love me. She just went in bragging mode. I know Bill love me. And she was like, well, you're gonna have to hold on, because y'all know sometimes I can't understand my own writing. Hold on one second. I be writing so fast when the show is on. Haley says she know Bills loves her. She has to trust that. That plan, Lynette, oh yeah, Lynette told her that the plan that she got is a hot mess. She was like, girl, that plan ain't about to work. That plan ain't about to work. So she told her, she says, you have changed, girl. You had, oh, he going through the midlife crisis. Okay, y'all go ahead. I got you later. Okay, she says, you know, that plan that you got, that ain't gonna work, girl. She says, that's gonna blow up and it's not gonna end in your favor because it's gonna blow up your entire life. And she was like, ooh, girl, you have changed. Girl, that wasn't no compliment neither. Haley, that was no compliment. High cheekbones done told you, girl, that your plan ain't worth a doggone. And I got a feeling that high cheekbones got a plan that's gonna trump everything you got going. Watch, see what I did. Now, Shanice tells Ashley to just ask Grayson what was up with him leaving. Shanice had to be forward with Ted, she said. She's like, something happened the other day. She was like, well, what happened? She was like, I can't tell you, but what I'm going to tell you is that I went on and dealt with it head on. I ain't got time to be monkey footing around, okay? So then while they was talking about she should ask Grayson, Grayson popped up, right? And he was like, I want to apologize to you. She was like, thank you for the apology, but I would rather know why you had to jet out yesterday. I was like, go ahead, Ashley, stand up. Let's see if you're going to continue to stand up or if you're going to sit back down when the going get tough. Nabil expresses his concern to Chelsea in the heat of the moment decision that she's made, but she feels that this is right for her. Chelsea and Madison return and break up the conversation. Not Chelsea and Madison. Yeah, Chelsea, not Chelsea and Madison. Carolyn and Madison. They came back and that broke up that conversation, so they didn't get to get into it. You know, we really don't care. There's no controversy here. You know, we gatekeepers. We like to get down to the gossip. To the you know, where we can speculate and be suspicious. Ain't nothing else here for us to be suspicious about. But okay, that's cute. Y'all fight for y'all love. Fight every night just to prove y'all love. Now, Tatum comes. Wait, hold on. I'm missing something here because why are these pictures here next? Or did I get them out of? Hold on, I might have got it out of sync. I think I did. So the Lady Tatum comes all in high fashion and turbans, you know, and a turban. I mean, she was very high toned. And Danny enters in a glorious Caribbean sky blue dress. Let the games begin. Let the games begin. And Andre, we will be watching you since we know since we know you know this woman. But what we want to know, Andre, is how do you know this woman, Harpo? Hi, Harpo. Hi. Now, Grayson Mama has Parkinson's. She fell in the shower at the assisted living place This the second, third, fourth time she done failed. He nervous about her being in there. That's why I'm working all this overtime and trying to get me an extra job so I can get my mama out of that. I don't believe nothing he's saying. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe you, Grayson. Because we done already said you either the impaler or you working with him side by side, sir. Or maybe that's where you're going to get your second job. We don't know. Maybe you telling the truth. We don't know. But our suspicion says, and the hair on the back of our arms say we don't know yet. So we ain't made no decision. Hey, Peggy. So we ain't made no decision about you yet, Grayson. But for me, that's my response. I don't know. Your story was mighty long and pretty detailed, sir. Pretty detailed. But of course, you know, Ashley was leaning in. Oh my God. Oh my God. But it was a good story. I mean, you don't want a woman question you. Throw your mama in it. When you put that mama in there, people get scared to ask a question because you don't be questioning nobody mama, right? Wrong unless you mean. And I got another question about your mama. Okay. Now Jan is trying her best to get Derek to see that he needs this job and that it pays well. See, she's trying to tell you you're gonna need a couple of dollars if you're trying to get Ashley back later on down the line, sir. I'm trying to help you get changed because I want you to be my son-in-law. That's really what it is. But he don't understand Jan's friendship with this lethal woman. And she says, is trying to do better. She's trying to turn over a new leaf now. And she can make a difference and you can too. We are the world. We are the future. We are the ones to make a brighter day. That's what she's trying to tell you. Give it a chance, okay? Besides, she wants there to be some legacy to Doug so that it lives on because Vanessa and him, it was very good to her. So please consider taking the job and help out. I was like, okay then. Because girl, for a minute, I ain't hear you mention Vanessa. I was like, well, so you know you might have worried about Doug, who I do not believe is gone. I just don't believe Doug is gone. I do not. Now, Lynette and Haley over here reminiscing and talking about the past and whatnot. They was sharing a good kiki and a hee. Okay. Talking about their past conquests and people that they done taken advantage of. You know, this woman is just as bad as Leslie. I hope y'all understand that. But so anyway, so we do find out that Haley's from the Philly area. Okay, because they were talking about when they was younger. Remember that time we went out to this random club, and then I got scared to come back home because I knew my mama was gonna be up waiting for me. And she said, and then we had this idea for Haley to punch me in the face so that my mama would be more concentrated on that than me breaking curfew. Yeah, girl, y'all was some good schemers. Y'all just been little liars since y'all was kids. And you know, two liars. You know, it's just beautiful to see these two lying, scheming heifers just uniting, doing something positive, doing something positive together. They've been working on positivity since they was children. So she said, she says, but see, this is what you need, girl, because you ain't gonna be able to fake no health scare. You're gonna have to have something real. So maybe you should let me go and just punch you in the face. Girl, listen. High cheekbones. Girl, listen, high cheekbones. We know that whatever you gonna do to her, you gonna be doing it because that's how you really feel deep in your soul and your spirit. We already know it, okay? She said you're gonna need something real to scare Bill, and you can't be faking it. And then she was like, well, we should team up because I trust you, girl. I was like, you trust her? You trust Lynette? Because I don't trust Lynette. Do y'all trust Lynette? I don't trust Lynette. See, girl, I'm going to tell you something. You might have trained Lynette up when she was a puppy, but Lynette is a full-grown dog now, baby, and she about to put them paws on you in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But y'all do scheme well together. You do. We going to give you that much. Now, Tatum shows I went to the wrong spot. Tatum shows Danny the sketches that she has for her new line, and Danny loves them. They all love them. Of course, they're just fawning all over them. Oh my God, the colors, the texture, the style, the cuts. Oh my God. And she was like, oh, y'all making me feel so good. So she's like, so Danny, are you in? Girl, yeah, is you in? Yes or no? Because there's no drama in your decision. So do it or not do it. We do not care. Now, Chelsea and Madison, who also ain't got no drama brewing, are trying to talk about whether or not if they mom should know. And Chelsea been trying to call her mama. She can't get on the phone. And she was like, are you gonna tell your mama? She was like, girl, now you know my I'll be messing with my mama like that. I don't. So Bill thinks that she was like, my daddy think we Russian. And Madison agrees, well, we are, but that's kind of our thing now, right? I'm like, girl, I don't know. The girl just told you y'all are Russian. I don't know. Because you are. Now, when Chelsea got ready to leave, she just kind of, hold on. Over at Bill's table, he thinks that Chelsea's too young. He's telling Carolyn about it. She young and she impulsive. And she making this big life decision. Now, her mama did the same thing with Andre. So this where she must have got it from. I'm sorry, sir. Ain't that what you did with Haley? You don't even see, you was in such a rush, Bill, that you don't even know that your wife's name is Valerie. Okay? You just think her name is Haley. They ain't even know her name. So you can't be talking about nobody, Bill. Talking about this, she got this from her mama. She got it from both of y'all. Both of you. Okay? But anyway, he think they moving too fast. He was like, plus when you add in the long distance and everything, I mean, he said, listen, one thing gonna happen, and I know my daughter, Chelsea gonna be up and Chelsea gonna be out at the first sign of difficulty. And Bill, you know what? You may not be wrong, because people do know their children, okay? Now Leslie is at the hospital. Hold on. I'm sorry. Ashley meets her mom at Orphe Jeans, and she's telling her that she's gonna help Derek get this job. And she's like, what you Child, let me tell you something. You are not going to be able to control anything that your mother does as far as Derek is concerned. That is her son-in-law and her soul, heart, and spirit, honey. And she's going to help him do anything that she can, including help you get down the aisle. Just like Whitley mama tried to do when she didn't want her to marry Dwayne and she wanted her to marry the senator or whatever it was he was about to be, okay? Byron. And because she wanted Byron. And right now, Derek is Byron. That's just facts. That's just facts. So anyway, she tells Ashley that she feels that Ashley told her mama, she's like, child, that ain't gonna work. It's not. And she was like, girl, please, it's gonna work. I'm like, okay. Now Leslie then came down to the hospital pretending that Victoria's Secret was a prank. I left it there. Ted and I, we like to give each other, we like to do pranks on each other. It was just meant to be a naughty reminder. That's a naughty reminder. Mm-hmm. She also tells Nursey that it won't be the last time either, because I ain't about to stop and not. Leslie bold. She's bold. She said, girl, I ain't about to stop. I won't stop till I get enough, and I ain't about to get enough and not. So I guess now, listen, the choice for you is going to have to be, girl, are you going to stay and fight for Ted? Or you gonna get tired and run away? Girl, which one you gonna do, Shanice? Because Leslie says she don't quit. She ain't about to quit. So Shanice tells Leslie that she ain't going nowhere. And I am telling you, she says she's not going. He the best man she ever knows. There's no way she could ever, never go. Now, you know what's fitting about that is that Keith was in the Dreamgirls movie. Okay. So no, she ain't going. There's no way I will. She ain't going. That's what she said. So you might as well get used to it. She says you need to find yourself a vile, kindred spirit and go get with that, okay? And go live your best lives together. But what she did, reminiscing even about their magically delicious moments, Leslie said, I ain't about to stop. I'm trying to tell you, girl. Shanice said, there may be a cream or something to cure. When she told Leslie, girl, it might be a cream or something out there to cure whatever it is you got. I can check with the doctors and see can they cure it for you. Okay? Because there's something wrong with you. So Shanice tells her Ted is disturbed by your actions, not turned on. But Leslie don't believe it. She said, Ted told me that you was upset by what I did. I was like, okay, girl, which was sort of true, but way to play that in your favor, like Ted was talking to you about her. You see? And then Shanice said, well, I have pride, okay? And the kind of pride that I got means that I wouldn't be out here chasing Ted and no other man. So Leslie said, and may that keep you warm and on those cold, lonely nights. Because let me tell you something. Being rich and a man by my side makes me happy at the end of any doggone day and week. And then she walked off. Let me back up and tell you something about a narcissist, though, right? A narcissist will have you looking like that. Why they looking like that? Meaning that you all wound up tight as a ball, you upset, and ain't nothing you saying get next to them because they looking like that. If we look at it in that, caught it in two screens. Leslie's so unconcerned, so unbothered. She don't care. Shanice has just got her face all scrunched up. Girl, Leslie don't care. She's a narc. They are happy. Just like the look on her face to see that I'm upsetting you. Does as Maya Angelou said in the poem, does my sassiness upset you? Don't you take it awful hard that I dance like I got gold mines digging in my own backyard? Girl, does my sassiness upset you? She ain't worried about you. Leslie really not worried about you. Because she thinks she can get rid of you. She just gonna wear you out. Now Ashley tells her mother that she's really feeling Grayson and that he's close to his mom. And that impresses Jan. Ashley shares that his mother has health challenges and he's trying to help her out. So Jan got straight into puppy syndrome, to straight puppy syndrome. You know how Jan like to save a good puppy, honey. She do. Just be scraggly around the edges and she gonna save you. She'll take anything in. She will. She will. Anything scraggly and cold. She don't know it's got rabies on it, but she'll take it in her house. She will, Jan. That's the kind of lady you are, Jan. You'll take anything in that look cold and shivering. You don't consider if this thing been bit by something out there in them streets when you bring it in your house. You don't care. You gonna let this gas sit on your porch? Girl, you don't be thinking. You don't. You don't be thinking. Anyway, she sees oh no, I'm sorry. Got to change pictures. Okay. So Bill sees Chelsea as she's leaving out the door. And him and Carolyn are still sitting there talking. And Carolyn tells Bill, I know what that look on your face means. Don't do it, Bill. And he says, I ain't got to do it. I'm going to get somebody else to do it. So he gets on the phone and he calls Danny, right? But she was busy talking to the Tatum lady. So it was Andre who saw the call turning in and so coming in. So Andre sends the call, rejects the call or sends it to voicemail or whatever. And then Pamela was like, very good job, old chap. Why do you talk like that, Pamela, when we all know you from America, good? Maybe she traveled a lot. We don't know. Now, Haley and Lynette, or Valerie and Lynette, are leaving Uptown. And she's saying how she can't figure out how to fake this attack that she needs to happen. She's like, girl, I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And so she said, girl, there's cameras from every angle. And if anybody attacks me, Bill is going to find out and he's going to get the footage and he's going to see what happened. So we have to be careful about that. And while she was talking, Lynette was like, pow. She just hauled off and just bopped her in the jaw. She was like, you crazy heifer. What is wrong with you? She was like, well, now problem solved, girl. Problem is solved. No cameras or anything around here. And Eddie was like, that's definitely going to leave a mark. Girl, I guess it's game on for y'all. Let's get ready to rumble. Ooh, Gates, it's about to get good, gatekeepers.
Don't go over there. Don't go over here. I mean, don't touch.
That's for whoever has said that Bill be drinking cognac. And Elaine, I think it was you that doubled down. Was that you, Elaine, or was that Jasmine that doubled down and said it looked like he be drinking something? What y'all said he be drinking? Brown liquor. Huh?
Out! Out!
Leave Bill alone. I'm gonna keep on telling y'all. Y'all gonna leave Bill alone. Bill ain't nothing wrong with Bill. Ain't nothing wrong with Bill. Okay, now that I done made y'all mad, I'm not trying to make anybody mad, but I want to go back and share something with you that I'm gonna do a video on, right? About why I see Cat the way I do. This is not a pick on Cat thing. This is why I see the character of Cat the way that I do. Listen to me, not what you think I'm about to say. I keep saying that I want to see the character of Cat make a turn and become better. What and because I feel if she's not checked, she's going to turn into an Anastasia, and I don't want that for Cat. So here's the thing that I realized: who Cat reminds me of is the Whitley Gilbert character on A Different World. There's always a character like this. Uh, um, Hillary on The Fresh Prince, except Hillary really wasn't nasty, okay? But Whitley was, and let me tell you, Whitley was my girl from beginning to end of that show. I loved her. But this is an interesting episode, and I know every episode of A Different World, baby. Don't play with me when it comes down to A Different World. You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it. But this episode for me is the turn in which Whitley made a change. And this is what I keep saying I want to see for Cat. Before this, the character of Whitley was very much like Kat's character, always looking down on others and talking about their shoes and all these other things. And Dwayne, and he's just, I wouldn't date that kind of a man. I wouldn't want that kind of a person. Just this is all Whitley was about. She didn't want a roommate because Kimberly, even though Kimberly was going to school to become a doctor, wasn't good enough. She wasn't highbrow enough. She just like these people are. Whitley was from that think of cotillions and coming out and Jack and Jill and sororities and all that kind of stuff. And you know how our mother was, played by Diane Carroll, right? So Whitley was a spoiled brat at first. She just was. Whitley was unaware of things about the world. She only saw things through the lenses of what somebody had and where somebody came from. There was only kind of dudes she wanted, all of that. But Whitley lived a very sheltered life, just like Kat's character does. But if Whitley had not changed, let's talk about it from Whitley's standpoint. Anastasia is who Whitley could have very easily become. So I'm saying the same thing about Kat. I want to see her make a turn. This episode is where Whitley made a turn. She had met Julian. Julian had even though he was from the same highbrow circle that she was from, he had invited her out on a date, and she wanted to impress him by being regular. So she had put on a pair of jeans, something she had not done. Whitley didn't wear that. She put on jeans, of course, with a heel, but she put on jeans. She had on just a regular shirt. She pulled her hair back. She had on glasses, and she was getting ready to walk out the door. And she grabbed her fur and put it over her shoulders and now I'm ready to go, which was really funny because here you were thinking that Whitley was about to just change, but Whitley's like, nah, I got to take a little piece of me with me. So I'm glad that Whitley was still Whitley, meaning that Whitley was still a girl of high class and all of that, but Whitley's character changed, and that's what I want to see happen for Kat. You get it now? I don't dislike Kat. I love Whitley when she was funky and talking crazy. Everybody, I loved her. I did. Because at that time, who her Eva was Denise Huxtable in the first season. She was all, and even though Denise came from highbrow, she didn't come from quite as highbrow as Whitley did. Even though her parents, both were rich because they were doctors and lawyers and all of that, but old money is not what she had come from. And Whitley's family was old money, okay, like the Duprees, okay. So who knows? This character Kat could be written a little bit after Whitley, because if you really think about it, Kat is Whitley in the early seasons, season 1, season 2. But when Julian came along, Whitley's character made a turn, and then she started liking Dwayne, you know, and all of that. And then she settled down, still herself, but not a nasty version of herself. So as easily as she could have become Anastasia, Whitley was saved and changed, and she became someone different. And that is what I want for Catherine. Y'all got it now? It's not a I hate cat thing. No, I want to see the character of Cat change for the better, because I would have not liked to have seen Whitley continue on the way she did. Although sidebar, I absolutely loved her mother, who was absolutely an Anastasia in a nicer version, because her mother never did settle down. Everything with her was always about the best. Whitley, darling, are you really going to wear that hairdo like that? That belt doesn't go with that, dear. Remember how she used to have to jump through all these hoops to just be perfect for her mother all the time, because perfection was required of Whitley? Same thing could have been true of Kat, except I'm not sure. Even though her mother is a perfectionist, I'm not really sure um, what role her mother exactly played in her becoming like this. Because Ted seems to be the one that's a little more laid back, while the mother is connected to the Duprees side, which is a little more, well-to-do minded. So, anyway, that's my take on that. So I just wanted to say that to you guys. Let me catch a few of these comments before we get out of here. Let's see. Scarlet Speedster's in the house and says, good evening. Sorry I'm late, but I had a busy day today. No problem. You're here. Linda's here also. Now, hey, Linda. I was defending him against lowly beer. Oh, thank you. Elaine tried to fix it. Elaine says, I was saying that he didn't drink no beer. I said that Bill likes that brown liquor. Y'all know y'all wrong. Miss Lil is in the house. Hey, Miss Lil, we missed you on Friday. But E-Daddy held it down for you. Anastasia is like Whitley Gilbert, as played by Jasmine Guy 4.0, but she is no match for Anita. Let's see. What time is it? Okay. I feel like Whitley evolved because characters like her dorm mother, Kim, and Jaleesa called her on her BS. That was part of the reason why she evolved. But when she started evolving was um, when she met Julian, and they had that episode around the orange glow that and they were divesting through South Africa, because that was a big thing with the apartheid in South Africa during that time. And so they found out that the company was divesting money through the company that Kim had got her scholarship from, and Kim gave back her scholarship, and Whitley didn't understand. But then Julian was working for that cause as well. She got interested in that cause as well. So from that point on, Whitley started to kind of make a change, because Julian was highbrow, but Julian was also a person who was socially aware, kind of like Jim Moss in a sense. And remember that he showed up with that chick he was engaged to, and she was high toned just like Whitley. She spoke French and everything. Do y'all remember? She was a model. Plus, she was also influenced by Now Dwayne influenced her greatly, and so really, I'm gonna say Tomas maybe more like the Dwayne Wayne character, and truth be told. Okay, Diane Carroll was the epitome of beauty in class. She was. I loved her. She would have been so perfect on the show. Miss Jen, I totally agree with you about Kat. I would love to see her change like Whitley on a different world. Yeah, and that's what I mean by when I keep saying I want to see her make a change. It's not picking at her. I really want to see her make a change. Like, let's turn this corner, man. I don't want to see her grow up to be just mean and nasty. Ooh, and then y'all listen. I went back to look at the very first time. This is going to be a video in the membership, right? I went back to take a deep dive into the very first time Eva and Kat saw each other. Yes, I will take into account what was going on and all of that, but just the words that were spoken and how we're going to break that thing down. And this is not to prove anything. This is because I keep telling you guys I like to stay on point about who the characters really are and who's really what. I don't care who changes later. I really don't. I keep telling y'all Bill is a bad character. I keep fighting for Bill because I just love me some Bill. But I'm going to call Bill on his stuff. Y'all know Bill ain't worth a doggone. I know he ain't. I already know he ain't. But I love Bill. I do. I do. He don't mean no harm. breaking people's hearts and things, jumping from wife to wife and back to original wife. He ain't got no better sense than that. He don't. He really don't. All right, y'all. Well, I've read all your comments. I've seen everything that you had to say. Let me go back up and see if I catch anything from the show, though. Let me scroll up and see if we miss anything. She really goes too far. I love how Derek was recklessly talking about her. Okay. The actress and the character are out of pocket. That's a good thing. That's why y'all don't like Anastasia. She's doing her jump. No problem. Drive safely. No problem. Drive safe. KB, where you going? Girl, don't you be trying to type and drive. You better pay attention to the road, girl. Okay. I want Lynette and Danny to team up against Danny. Wait, I want Lynette and Danny to team up against you. I think you must have been Haley. Oh. Jan and I absolutely is an absolute idiot. I hope I can just say this on YouTube. I don't know because YouTube be tripping. You mean that she's idiotic? I know what you meant, that she's idiotic. That she behaves in a way that doesn't make common sense. Hello, my handsome troublemaking buddy. Belinda was saying to Raven Maniac. Okay, Derek Crazy is going to have to save typical woman in scary movie who falls down while running from the bad guy. Ashley, don't be a statistic. She is going to be a statistic. She believes everything that Grayson just told her. I mean, see, some of that can be true, but I don't trust you, Grayson. I mean, you might be all right, but I don't know. How is Leslie, who knows nothing about a medical clinic, hiring people? She still has to staff the place. I guess they're saying she has to staff, like she's got to hire somebody to staff the place. That's what's happening. She's got to hire someone to staff the place. Now, how Derek is supposed to know how to staff it, I don't know. But I mean, I don't know. So everyone knows that Leslie tried to unalive Laura 2 times. Most of them refer to it in passing. This is not funny. If we are really supposed to like Leslie or feel sympathetic for her, yeah, I just need them to go and deal with that. Let's clean that up, because clean up on aisle 5 on that. Like, is y'all gonna put in jail? What we doing? Is she gonna have to pay us some money in restitution? Like, what's happening? We need something to happen on that. Carolyn definitely has a thing for that fine legal gutty buddy. I do think Carolyn liked Bill a little bit. I do. I think she's gonna be like, I've always admired you, Bill, and I watched you go from butterfly to butterfly, thinking that you would finally land on my flower. Bill should not be giving advice to no one on marrying impulsively, and should not. Bill has a cognac belly, not really a beer belly. Okay, I already got y'all for that one. Miss Jen, I love him too, but he a bit middle extra. Okay, come on, y'all, keep on. Keep on. You know, I told y'all won't be no back talk about Bill over here. Miss Jen, I love Bill though. He's allowed his middle age and going through the midlife crisis. I'm going through the midlife crisis too. It's spread all over me though. Haley did not sound like she believed that Bill loved her herself. Elaine said, girl, who you trying to convince? Us or yourself? I heard that because I thought so too. I'm like, girl, I think thou does protest too much. I did. Yeah, I think Haley is setting, I think Lynette is setting up Haley because she has an axe to grind with her for sure. She don't like you, Haley Valerie. She does not. Okay. I think he's lying about his mother. Grayson is definitely lying, so you don't believe him either. Derek, Jacob, and Kat are the only people that hold Leslie accountable. Everyone else just acts like they have to take her as she is and folds under her misbehavior. Derek is about to fold too, because Derek is about to start getting a paycheck. Even Anita can't check her. How is Madison the smart one asking the other one if they are rushing? I don't know. Madison gets her behavior from Bill Chelsea gets her behavior from Bill and Danny, right? Both of them. Elaine T. Sis, you need to make a guest appearance on BTG because I bet you would check Leslie up. Now, Elaine would give it to her. Elaine would give it to her. Do you hear me? Elaine would give it to you, Leslie. She would. Shanice let me down. Give her time. She still give it. Let her cook. Let her cook. Doom, 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 doom. Let her cook. She might be still cooking it. Leslie needs to be barred from the hospital and ain't. She too rich for that now. Shanice was weak today. I mean, Shanice trying to stand by your man. See, her and Ted are in the midst of a fight. Like she said, she's like, I don't know if we over. I don't know where we at. So maybe she ain't trying to shake the table too much right now. She just want to get it right with Ted and not have this in the middle of it, which is smart. You don't let somebody else get in the middle of your situation. So let's deal with that first, and then I'll deal with you. But I did think that Shanice had more something about her. But we need someone that's just as bold, if you will, as Leslie. She can't be the only one. She can't. And honestly, I can't think of anybody, not even Anita. Anita too classy. We need somebody that's classy and a little nasty. So maybe that's what Anastasia gonna have to come in for. Now let me tell you something. Now Anastasia and Leslie going toe to toe would be something to see. But I need Karen Huger to get on back over here and clock in on this show. I do. Because Karen Huger could give it to her. Never let him see you sweat, Shanice. Leslie will always have Ted like this. Ted thinks he can be friends with her. He thinks he can trust her or Eva, Minnie Leslie. As long as this is the case, no woman associated with Ted will be happy. Let me see what the reason is again. Because Ted thinks he can be friends with her. I think Ted feels guilty too for what he did, meaning that he got her pregnant and then asked her to get rid of the baby, and then that did. So I think Ted moves partially on guilt with her and attraction a little bit, but I think Ted moves partially on guilt with Leslie. I do, I really do. I wonder if Bill's ever gonna eventually order some Oriental cuisine on this show. I don't know, but if he does, something tell me Caroline is gonna be something else to deal with. Caroline is quietly over there simmering on the stove. Pamela reminds me of Madonna. Old Madonna was like a virgin, and this new Madonna is a broke down Bridgerton. Y'all know I didn't start watching Bridgerton right in the last few episodes, all because I wanted to see how the woman with that wears the hats, that's the queen's best friend, why she ended up telling her she was about to leave. And I'm like, now I need to see why. So from that point, now it's interesting. I ain't like the first season. I couldn't get into it. Lynette is going to be a problem. I agree. Cognac belly, not a beer belly. Okay. I told y'all, keep on. I was defending him against a lowly belly. Okay. Okay, let me see what's down here at the end, and I'm going to get ready to get out of here. So if Shanice doesn't know where they are, she's free to sleep with someone else, correct? I mean, this is what... wait, hold on. So if Shanice doesn't know where they are, she is free to sleep with someone else, correct? I mean, that is what? Tomas? Leslie will eat Anastasia for lunch. You think so? Ooh, child. I don't know now. I mean, yeah, because sometimes the rich girls do be thinking that they can cook and they don't really be that good a cook. They don't. Give me 1 second, you guys. Yeah, I don't know now. Because sometimes now if you get a rich girl that can cook, if you get a rich girl that really know how to signify, and this is where I'm disappointed in Anita, right? Because Anita, you from Cabrini Green, and I know what that means. Okay, so I just felt like you should have been able to give it to a little bit. Oh, just a little bit, just a little bit. All right, you guys. Leslie is too low for these rich ladies. They do not know how to deal with her. True. But we need somebody to come in here and give it to her. If they had to let Peaches come in here and not be that old, Peaches probably could have gave it to her. But we need somebody. Anita has lived the high life too long. She done forgot how to get good. Yeah, you're right. She might. That may be the problem. That may be. All right, you guys, before we get out of here, I want to take a minute to thank all of my mods, and the whole gang.
Katie Mommy, Bilo Dee, Destiny H, Cousin Linda, Elaine T, Belinda Hill, and the Raven Maniac. Thank you!
All right, gatekeepers, that wraps us up for today. As always, I thank you for showing up and for sharing your thoughts, your theories, your laughters, and yes, even your side eyes when these characters get on your nerves. This space works because you show up, and that's what makes it work. And never forget that Beyond the Gates is the show, but the gatekeepers are the community, and that's why this space matters. If you enjoyed today's recap, go ahead and hit the like button on your way out. Make sure you're subscribed, and if you want a little extra behind the scenes fun, consider joining the membership. We have a good time back there too. Now, before I go, I do hope you're having a great day. And if not, there's still some time left, gatekeepers. Why not see what you can do to turn it into one anyway? And I'll see you next time. All right, gatekeepers. Bye.
Okay, that's it for today. They're closing the gate, so I've got to close this door until tomorrow. See you then. Bye-bye.